Yeah, I didn't waste any time. I saw that I had like a good 2 minutes, so I hurried, changed things over so that way we can get started with Jujutsu. And we're back! Yes, sir, Ogata. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another Jujutsu Kaisen chapter reaction and review. The last chapter we had was Takaba taking on Kenjaku, who was slowly starting to learn how his curse technique works. Now, we had like a little bit of a hint from Hanakurusu, but we didn't exactly get told what Takaba's curse technique is that allows him to fundamentally manipulate reality to a degree that even Kenjaku can't fully defend himself against. Because Takaba's out here saying funny stuff that's happening to Kenjaku's own cursed spirits, and even Kenjaku is being very careful with Takaba until he figures out a way to fully counter him, because he himself said that if I am not careful, all these cursed spirits and all this knowledge that I've built up over these 1,000 years would mean nothing against this man. So that's how much of a threat Takaba is. The only thing that's starting to come up is the fact that we know that Takaba's curse technique allows him to bring whatever he finds funny into existence, just straight up a reality warper in terms of that aspect. But if his confidence is not high and he loses focus, that's when things that normally wouldn't injure him at all can injure him. And that's something that Kenjaku has already taken advantage of, because Takaba gets knocked into a forest right next to a dead body, and this man immediately starts to get nervous. His confidence starts to no longer work, starts to no longer be there, and Kenjaku is actually taking advantage of that. So let's see what happens in chapter... I should have brung up the chapter itself because I was so busy trying to rush and get this thing done, but let's see what happens in chapter 241, and apparently we are going on break after this. After we're done with this chapter. But chapter 241, Foolish Survivor. Tauntaun University. You're late! You don't even write our jokes and still can't be on time? We don't have much time left until our next performance. My bad. How many times is this? He smells like alcohol. And this looks like Takaba when he was younger at university. Whatever. Let's just get started. Rapper Rice knows his place. It's all up in your face! Huh? Oh, the rapper bit. And then he's just practicing inside this classroom. You haven't memorized it. My bad. You don't really mean that. No, I do. Then apologize! Don't say my bad. Actually say you're sorry! I'm too busy covering for your loser behind. I'm too busy covering for your loser behind. What?! You never go out drinking with us, and you never laugh at other comedians from the stage wings. Well, I would if they were funny. Thanks to me, the older guys don't treat us like dirt. So what? Is that a good reason to show up to rehearsal hungover? Yes, it is. We perform like twice a year, but we've done the same material to death. You're always bragging about all the women on the staff you sleep with and your connections with shady industry insiders. But do you really think buttering up losers who wouldn't last a minute in Ushijima-kun will make us funny? Get a brain, man. What's your problem? And this is Takaba arguing with his fellow comedian partner here. What's your problem? Irritated the babes don't dig you? Oh wait, what's your problem? Irritated the babes don't dig you? And then Takaba throws him to the floor. That's not what this is about! I want you to take this seriously! Doing comedy with you is no fun. If we don't laugh, then why would the audience? Why did I ever become an entertainer? And this is Takaba thinking back in the day. And he's getting like review scores, where one says, even aside from your jokes, you make me want to puke. Die already. Well, that's mean. Don't let it get you down. You can't make 100 out of 100 people laugh. I don't dislike your jokes, Takaba. Yeah, you're right. Why did I become a comedian? And then we cut back to short moments in the present where Takaba is being attacked by Kenjaku's centipede curse spirits. And then his partner goes, I can't do this anymore. Come on, Let's try a little longer. How much longer? We're in our 30s. We're middle-aged. No. I'm 31. I'm not middle-aged. The heck? Don't make me feel self-conscious about my age now. It doesn't. I'm just messing with you. How much longer? We're in our 30s. We're middle-aged. Our classmates all have proper jobs and titles. They're supporting their families. How long are we going to do this? And both he and his partner are dressed up in tutus with like swans that are jutting out of their, jutting out from their nether regions in an attempt to be funny. How long? How long, huh? First, there's C1, and that's a competition for determining the best comedy duo in Japan. But I don't have a partner anymore. I want to be a regular on a sketch show. Then there's emceeing an idol show. Comedy fans tend to look down on that work, but it's good for testing how well you can make girls who are basically unknown amateur look interesting. Then those girls end up going on variety shows and the time just continues to go. How long am I going to do this? Until I do what I think is funny to the fullest. How long am I going to do this? Until I do what I think is funny to the fullest. Why am I a comedian? I want you to take this seriously! And he's just having flashbacks. I was a serious kid who was hard on others, so everyone hated me. I was lonely, and I wanted to change, so I started goofing around as much as possible. And I got laughs. The other boys realized I wasn't all bad, and that felt good. Above all, I made friends, but I couldn't make it work with a partner.
I can't do manzai with you. Are you serious about that? If I was serious, this wouldn't be comedy.
And he's watching all these comedy shows, and mind you, Takaba at this time is in a room, like in his house, and he just has tons and tons of CDs and tapes everywhere. More than likely, these are all footage of different types of comedians and comedy acts and such. I wish I could do that. And then he slumps over with someone going,
"The next duo is..."
And he's slurping his food, and there's someone on screen. And then he's just eating his noodles. I want people to know me better. If they do, they'll think I'm funnier. Then I won't be lonely anymore. And then it shows Takaba, who's in like his outfit. Now, whether this is during the culling game or what is unknown, but he's sitting in this classroom and this one kid is sitting in front of him.
What do you mean by doing comedy seriously? People want
to see me goof around. That may not be what's most...
People want to see me goof around.
That may not be what's important. Oh, he's having an inner reflection with himself. This is a young kid Takaba. Never mind. I'm correcting myself. He's having this little heart-to-heart with himself with a young Takaba, because they both have the same sideburns. I didn't notice until I saw the eyebrows and the sideburns. This is a young Takaba speaking to an older Takaba.
What do you mean by doing comedy seriously?
People want to see me goof around. That may not be what's important. Your backstory doesn't matter to the audience.
But is doing it seriously fun? Why are you a comedian anyway?
I want people to know me. That's why I got started. So why did I say that? It doesn't matter if you don't get my jokes as long as other people do. Ken was right about what he said.
You can't make 100 out of 100 people laugh.
He wasn't telling me to give up. But in order to protect myself, I took it that way and gave up because that was easiest. I didn't respect comedy. At some point, I stopped taking it serious because I was afraid of getting hurt. And then we cut to Kenjaku. We cut to the presents where Kenjaku is bearing down on Takaba. And then he stops because Takaba is kneeling his head. And then Kenjaku's thinking, what an earnest and beautiful deep bow. I've never achieved that until my late 20s. No, wait. What am I thinking? I'm sorry, goes Takaba. I lied. I don't really think it doesn't matter if you don't think I'm funny as long as other people do. I didn't want to get hurt, so I discounted you to protect myself. But I'm not satisfied with even 99 people out of 100 laughing at me. I gotta make that last person laugh. So, I gotta make you laugh your guts out. That's my brand of comedy. And then it shows Kenjaku going, but can you make me do that? As Kenjaku actually starts to chuckle. So, Kenjaku's not realizing it, but he's already starting to laugh a little. See, this is where and this is the end of the chapter. So Takaba has his confidence back, and he's not going to stop until he makes Kenjaku laugh his guts out. That's his brand of comedy. And if he's capable of making Kenjaku laugh his guts out, I mean, his curse technique is capable of making reality reality. Anything he finds funny, reality. Not making reality reality, because reality is already reality. So you can't make reality become even more reality, because reality is already reality. So that kind of makes that a double negative there. But if his curse technique is capable of bringing whatever he feels funny into reality, Kenjaku laughing his guts out is going to be kind of substantial when you think about it. But here's the thing, though. Kenjaku's not realizing that what he's saying to me, Kenjaku's like, all right, kid, impress me. Yeah, he's kind of like that. But one thing that I don't think Kenjaku noticed is how when Takaba was bowing in front of him, it had Kenjaku thinking about, like, what an earnest and beautiful deep bow. I've never achieved that until my late 20s. No, wait, what am I thinking? And that's when Kenjaku starts to realize, like, okay, so merely his actions caused me to think this one thought I normally wouldn't be thinking right now. He wasn't even thinking about how beautiful a bow it was, because normally any other villain would be thinking, like, why are you bowing? I'm about to kill you. But here, Kenjaku just straight up thought, like, wow, this bow is very nice. Wait, why am I thinking of this right now? So it's not even something that happens on the outside that Takaba is capable of making manifest into reality. He's making Kenjaku think about how nice of a bow he's giving to Kenjaku. So, unbeknownst to him, he actually started to be affected by it. But now we have Kenjaku here, who's all like, but can you make me laugh? Laugh my guts out? And Takaba's, because here's the thing. The thing I like about the curse technique of Takaba is how it doesn't have to actually affect you on the outside. It can start to affect your mind in a different way. Because with Kenjaku catching himself of like, wait, why am I thinking of this right now? What is going on? That tells me that his curse technique can affect the mind as well. Which is something that Kenjaku is probably going to really need to, he's probably not aware of. Because they make a note of him saying, hey, like him chuckling to himself. But he's all like, but can you make me laugh my guts out? And I feel like he doesn't realize that he's already on the road to that. By chuckling, he's already opened that door. If he's not careful, he could quite literally laugh his guts out. Now, one thing I like about this chapter is how we got Takaba's backstory. And like, I mean, even before he had like a curse technique, this man was he was very serious about comedy. His partner really wasn't, because he thought it was a waste of time. And he was just looking at the success of everyone else, which is why I got to tell people, don't look at everyone else's success and wonder why you haven't achieved their success. That's their success. You got to find your own. So this dude that was partners with Takaba back then, even back in his university days, he kept looking at the success everyone else had, and it was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this because I'm not as... Because that tells me is he was looking at the success of everyone else and was wondering, why aren't we there? We're doing this dumb comedy group for all this time, and we're not at the levels of all of our other classmates have grown up, they're supporting their families, they have successful jobs and titles and all this stuff. I can't keep doing this because my success hasn't reached the level of everyone else's success. And Takaba's all like, we just gotta hold on. Like, Literally, like, this is the reason why I resonate with Takaba. I resonate with Takaba because given my job, like what I'm doing right now, you gotta hold on. You gotta keep going, even when things don't look like they're progressing a whole lot. And trust me, there have been moments for me personally, ever since I left my last job and just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do this full time. It's had its moments where I'm like, just gotta keep going. I really hope it works out. There have been moments. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be upfront with you guys. There have been moments. Yet every single day I get up here, I'm still incredibly happy to do this because if I'm able to entertain one purpose, I'm not like Takaba. I'm not content with even with just a mere number of people being entertained with me. I want to entertain everyone. Not just hundreds, not just thousands, but tens, hundreds, even millions of people. That's what I want to do. So my mindset is kind of like that of Takaba. So he's not giving up. I gotta make that last person laugh. I gotta entertain that last person. I like this chapter because it speaks to me. It speaks to me as an entertainer who does this for a living. This chapter speaks to me because this man, despite how everyone was talking about how it's not going to work, you should give up, you should stop, why did you do this in the first place? This chapter speaks to me on a professional level because this is what I do. So his mentality, but I'm not satisfied with, I love this line, but I'm not satisfied with even a 99 people out of 100 laughing at me. I got to make that last person laugh. I'm not satisfied with just 4,515 people, which is currently where I'm at right now. I'm not satisfied with that number. I want to keep going even higher. And I'm not going to stop until I entertain that last person. I don't know what the last person number will be, but I'm not stopping until I achieve it. I love this chapter because it's just this chapter is actually really relatable to me. I love this chapter for that. I gotta make you laugh your guts out. That's my brand of comedy. I gotta entertain in every individual I come across on this platform on YouTube because that's my brand of entertainment. I love this chapter for that. But his backstory as well, I feel for the guy because it's so easy for people to be on your side until the money's not coming in as often, or the success isn't coming in as often, or the accolades aren't coming in as often, and people are starting to second guess why they're with you in the first place because they're not seeing what the individual who's there because they want to do it, and they're like, yeah, it's good, it's nice to be successful and everything, but I'm doing it because I like it. There's people, those are those types of individuals like that, and it's like, to see him have to deal with people like that, and he still sticks with his guns. Still going after it, despite everyone telling him, I was like, it's all right, don't worry, you chin up, you'll get him next time. He's still going through with it because that's what he wants to do. Despite the reservations and even the negative opinions of any other person, he still keeps with it. So this is him getting his confidence back. And he says he's not going to stop either, which means that we have yet to see the fullest extent of what this curse technique of Takaba is capable of doing. Because with his confidence coming back, Kenjaku better be on his P's and Q's, better be on his best behavior, better be on guard. Because a man with an insurmountable amount of confidence, with a curse technique that is comparable in terms of power to the power of the limitless of Satoru Gojo, you better be careful. This man is not going to stop now, which means that I'm not going to stop. Even your cursed spirits have no effect on me until I make you laugh. That's a dangerous opponent to be going up against. At least that's how I view it. Sorry if I feel like I'm overanalyzing. If I'm overanalyzing this chapter. Like, normally I don't do it this often with Jujutsu. I tend to do it more with my hero. But this one particular chapter is just speaking to me right now. And I just got to let out what's in my mind right now for this chapter. I like Takaba because he's so many people who get up on different types of social media, who take on different careers. And some people say, like, it's not possible. Some people are told it's impossible because of you are the way that you are, or this is an industry where you have to do this or do that. Your own brand is not going to get that many people because you got to sacrifice for the algorithm. You got to do this, you got to do that. Your success story, you got to do this if you want to be as successful as them. Yet people don't really tell you, "Hey, find your own success. Don't look at other people's success and try and make it your own. Find your own success and then build from that." Because anyone's success story, like I know numerous rich people. I've worked with people who have their own businesses and entire corporations on and are living well off from it. Yet I am never going to achieve what they have because that's not my story. That's not where my success is going to come in. My success is going to come in from what I'm doing, me sticking with my guns, me making good decisions in order to make what I'm doing better, and then seeing the fruits of my labor later on. Sure, it will take time, but some of the best things in life take time and take effort in order to achieve. So seeing Takaba go through this, through his whole life, and still have that mindset of, why did I become a comedian? And then find that resolve to be all like, I became a comedian because I want to make people laugh, and I'm not going to stop until I achieve that. That type of resolve is something that Kenjaku really needs to be careful of, because when you come up against a person who's completely resolute in their ideals, and they also tend to have like a reality warping power, they're an incredibly dangerous individual. Even for someone who's had 1,000 years of jujutsu knowledge and skills and capabilities, all of that can just be rendered useless against a person who's confident in their power and is dead set on making you laugh your guts out, which could wind up killing Kenjaku if we are not careful, if he doesn't use like a reverse curse technique or something, but we'll have to see. Overall, I enjoyed this chapter, and I can't wait to see the next one. We are going on break, which means that we are getting a One Piece chapter and a My Hero Academia chapter next week, but no Jujutsu. No Jujutsu. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're not getting a Jujutsu chapter next week. Oh, right. I'm right still. We're getting My Hero because we have no My Hero today. Yeah, we have no My Hero today, but we're getting one next week. So it's only going to be One Piece and My Hero. No, you good. You bringing up many aspects I didn't think of. I didn't expect to care for him as a character, and with this chapter alone, I found him relatable. Exactly. I found him relatable. Because his mindset and what he's been going through is what a lot of people go through regularly. Even people who are on YouTube. A lot of fresh people who are trying to build up a channel, and they go through that whole stint of, your content's good, but I like this. Or you have that one person who comes up and decides, you know what, I'm going to try and ruin this person's day by leaving negative comments because I personally don't like what they're doing, even though other people do. It's this platform, this whole area of YouTube is kind of matches up with what Takaba is going through, because there's a lot of people who get on YouTube and expect to have the same success as PewDiePie, expect to have the same success as Game Grumps or Markiplier, or even YouTubers who are also VTubers right now. They expect to have that same success thinking like, if I just do the same thing that this person is doing, I'm just going to be immediately successful. But these things take time. You're going to come across some extreme hardships on this platform where everyone is trying to get monetized and everyone's trying to make money and everyone's doing all these videos and trying to do all these live streams and everything. You're going to come up against hardships that some of these other people may not have gone through to an extent. And mind you, all of these YouTubers, they got something going on. All of them. There's not a single YouTuber on here, on this platform, that doesn't have something going on in the background that they don't bring it to the forefront, because that's just how life is. But what makes this chapter more relatable is the fact that you got to have that resolve to stick with your guns. The confidence necessary to continue on with this dream that you have, like the dream that I have of entertaining tons of people. And tons includes hundreds of thousands and even millions of people. Will it take time? Yes, of course it will. But I'm confident that what I'm doing right here, right now, is going to bear even more fruit than it already has. Because it has. But seeing Takaba here just really encourages me. Remember Bruce Dern said about acting that it's a marathon, not a race? Exactly. You don't need to rush to get to your goal. And not just being on YouTube, it's just literally any point in life. Life is not a it's not a race. It's a marathon. All that matters at the end of the day is that you keep going. Sure, you can slow up just a little bit, catch your wind, but as long as you keep running, you're going to get to that end goal eventually. Sure, it'll take time, but as long as you keep the faith, as long as you keep that confidence, as long as you keep your eyes on your goal, you'll be fine. I love this chapter. It's got me talking about things I normally don't talk about a whole lot when it comes to manga chapters. So I actually really like this chapter. I'm going to remember this chapter. I'm going to remember this chapter because it means a lot to me and what I'm doing. But yeah, good chapter from Jujutsu. But like I said, Kenjaku better be on his guard if he doesn't want Takaba to slip up and actually catch him off guard. Because now even Kenjaku's mind is slightly being affected by Takaba's curse technique, if you will. That's what I'm assuming because of that one lapse of moment where he's just like thinking, wait, why am I thinking of this? So it stands to reason that Takaba's curse technique is affecting his mind as well. So unless Kenjaku focuses, Takaba is about to work one over on him. But that's just my assumption. We'll have to see when we come out of break for Jujutsu. But I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, I've enjoyed Jujutsu and I've enjoyed One Piece. I hope you guys enjoyed what I've done here for all of you today. It's just like, when I get up here, and I'm not going to be on this soapbox long. When I get up here, I sit in this chair, get my mic all adjusted, make sure that the lighting's good and everything. I get up here with the expectation that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. Like like All Might, I never get into a situation where I'm expected to lose. I never get here up on a live stream or do a video where I'm expected for the video to do poorly and no one enjoys it. I never get that in my mind. That's my mindset. I never get up on this platform thinking that whatever I'm doing is not going to be entertaining for anybody. Never. So I just want to say thank you for giving me just a little bit of your time for me to entertain you in my own unique way. It means the world to me, you just simply being here. But I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and check in with the family because apparently we're going to be going out to eat somewhere and make sure that they're all right. And all I can say to everyone right here, right now is, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.